Happy Friday, everyone, and welcome to this Friday's World Session where I can't even believe it, May 2nd, and off we go. I can feel the session coming in. This is a space where we come together as a group to receive a dose of healing, the to shift whatever's stagnant within our body minds energetically. It's a dose of energy medicine. So, welcome, get yourself nice and cozy, and please share, like, and subscribe to my channel. It's Monica Marzak, Energy Healing with me, and we can get these good vibes out to the world. Okay, I read so. I'm working with um, bringing attention back to oneself. I don't know how it's been for the rest of the world, but over here in Canada, we've been having a really bumpy road. And I noticed even for myself, I was looking outwards. I was watching a lot of news or a lot of happenings within the outside world. So whether that be government structures, society, so everything outside. And I wanted to change that for myself because I noticed I would get caught up and my nervous system would start to shake and my body would start to shake and I start getting caught up in what ifs or fearful thoughts or anxiety. So this could even be within your own life. So you perhaps it's different for you. Perhaps that could be listening to someone else's opinion. And I'm not saying don't listen to others' opinions. It's very good to be open-minded, to see another perspective, to hear another person's point of view. But when your nervous system is triggered, and you're in that sympathetic, and those amygdalas are flared. So the sympathetic nervous system is that fight, flight, um, freeze, fawn response. And our bodies haven't really changed very much, and those internal structures haven't changed very much. And we have those things in those systems within our body to actually alert us to danger. But when you're sitting across the room and having a conversation with someone, there's nothing potentially dangerous happening unless, they pick up their hands to hit you. Well, then that's a different story. I'm talking about these things where conversations are being had, other people's opinions are being brought forward, and there's an automatic shutting down, refusing to listen or to hear something, even if it's factual. So, receiving a piece of information that contradicts the beliefs that you've had about something. So, so imagine you're in a conversation with someone and they say something to you. And instead of taking a deep breath, relaxing the nervous system and coming from a place of openness, you're triggered. And your first response is automatic. That you can't avoid being triggered. But it's very important to notice those physiological symptoms within you that point to I'm having an overreaction. Now, so we're helping the sympathetic nervous system to relax, to relax. You're hearing a different piece of information. And instead of taking a breath, calming down, noticing that you're triggered, usually the first very human response is to deny, reject, avoid, even potentially verbally attack. When something comes in to disrupt your worldview, so this could even be within family. This could be within your own relationships. So whether that be with your husband or your wife or your children, then you can think to your work. Then you can think out to your community. Then you can think out, I live in Canada, so to your province, to your territory, to your state, how this information's coming in And it's different than what you know. And then instead of going, let me take a deep breath, do some investigation, let me actually listen to what they're saying, it goes into a shutting down. So I want to help the nervous system come back to what's important, right? So I was talking at the beginning of the session, I was hyper focused on outside events, outside happenings. I got caught up a little bit in the injustice of things. Okay, not everything is fair. There's injustice in the world. And I said to myself, Monica, time to refocus. Refocus, regroup, and pay attention on what's really important. What's really important? Okay, well, what's important in my life is work. Work offers me a structure. I like to work. It's it's actually an antidote to chaos from my perspective. I'm not saying that this is true. I'm not saying that this is 100%, but there's value in work. So this is where all these sayings come from. You know, sweep the floor, wash, it's get water, carry wood. Now, do your work for work's sake. Refocus your energies to what is happening now for you, what's really important. So, just saying that, I could feel my nervous system relaxing. Okay, other people are going to have different point of views. Right, wrong, doesn't matter. Refocus your energy here. Instead of trying to convince something or someone of something, whether that be, like I said, in your relationships with your children, you can offer a piece of information and then you leave it alone. Maybe they'll come back and have a conversation with you. But if they're not open, if you're not open, well, then there will be no connection. There'll be no relatedness. So a, doing a switching technique to the sympathetic nervous system to help it relax is when the sympathetic nervous system is triggered, is overworking, then you've got your your amygdala system from that ancient enteric brain, from that ancient, sorry, reptilian brain, making your decisions, speaking the words for you, that triggers, it looks at the, it influences your worldview. It influences the way that you see relationships around you. It influences how you relate to other people. Oh, there's a first breath. So when we're working, when you're having a stress response and you're in that reptilian brain, it's literally like a reptile. Fight, flight, freeze, fawn. And that whole prefrontal cortex is disengaged. That higher thinking, that higher reasoning is not working. You're working from those knee-jerk reactions to make the threat stop, even that if it's not an actual threat, a perceived threat. I wish this person would stop talking. I'm going to go into people pleasing, whatever your MO is, right? So I'm just naming all of them. Even if it's going receding into a corner and then mulling over how unjust everything is and how unfair everything is. Right back to pick up wood, is it wash the floors? I can't remember what the saying is. God, I can't remember, but you get the point, right? Do the work for the work's sake. Work for work's sake. Refocus on what's important for you. If you're caught up in the mind and telling yourself stories that I need to change someone else's mind, then that's something that you need to look at for yourself. It's not really what's important. Re-establish your priorities. What's important? So I was saying for me, work. I like to work. Gives me structure. Whew, there's a first gurgle. Connecting with people. How is the what is the quality of your conversations that you have with people? Are you speaking with them to push your point of view? Are people speaking to you to try to push their point of view? Are you talking from a space of trying to understand what that person is saying? And sometimes it's just not possible. So letting go of the need to do those, have those conversations. They'll happen when they happen. So we're in that nervous system and I'm running a repair to the sympathetic nervous system. It is like fire, good to go. So this will create anxiety, stress. You can get the shakes, heart palpitations, nervousness, feeling that kind of like a tempest in a teapot within your body, fully contracted. You've got to relax that sympathetic nervous system. It needs to work when you're actually in danger. When there's a bus coming your way, maybe when there's a hand coming your way, or when there's there's actual danger happening now. That's when that needs to boot up. And then the body just goes into automatic response and gets you out of danger's way. In the rest and digest, this is the parasympathetic. This is where those higher reasonings can come in. You can sit down and take a breath, take a step back, regroup, rest, digest, refocus your energy. Okay, and I'm feeling this hole right in that sacral chakra, right by the diaphragm, just above the stomach, and it feels like some, it just feels like a vacuum sucking energy. So wherever you give your attention to grows. What you focus on grows. So if you're focusing your energy on this is something in my life is horrible. I'm not saying that it's not. There could be, it's horrible. Horrible things can happen. It's difficult to be unwell or in pain or having financial struggles or struggles with the relationship. But if the focus is on the story of how horrible it is, that grows. So what you resist persists, and what you feed grows. So what are you nurturing? What are you feeding? Are you feeding fearful stories? Are you feeding um, There's a weird validation. This word validation is coming in here. So I need to be validated, seeking others' opinions about you and what you're doing. So, as a human species, of course, we like to get along. We like to feel accepted and a part of the group. We're stronger together. This is no different than a herd of wolves, right? We need human connection. We need that. But when I want to connect with other people so they can validate me, validate my feelings, validate my experience, then that comes from a space of neediness. So we need to, it's like, extract that external validation comes from a space of neediness. That's not true connection. So we're going to dump neediness out of that solar plexus chakra so that your will can come in, that natural will, that strength. Okay, even if there's a big storm outside and it's uncertain, so it's uncertain how finances are going to go, it's uncertain how this relationship is going to work out. I've got a little bit of a fight with my colleague. Even if it may be stormy outside, you're anchored within. You can take a step back. You have your will, not going over into belly over of that submissive role. Well, and that resentment rises from that, and that apathy is like, oh, I can't do anything about it. Regroup. All right. So running a repair to that nervous system, that feels much better. The prefrontal cortex is now engaged. The parasympathetic nervous system is coming in. There we go. And then going into that solar plexus chakra, and it feels like this vacuum. So gotta we're going to put some Reiki over that solar plexus chakra to give a repair to that Wei Qi. So that energy is being contained and not feeding whatever beast you're feeding. Oh, that feels so much better. And really bringing this back to yourself, taking responsibility for yourself, reorganizing your priorities. What is important to you? What is important to you? There we go. There we are. I'm going to tap this in here. Please like, share, and subscribe. Let's get this out to the world. I'd really like to grow my channel more so that this healing can reach those who need it most or who need it at all. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you all next time.